All right, let's go.
Take a seat. My name is Professor Lando, and in today's lecture, we're going to be talking about
Land on these nuts.
horse girls.
Horse girls. Gooning, glue. Nay.
As the name suggests, a horse girl is part
I got it. Hold on. Pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you. You can last for hours, I love for hours. Let me waken something in ya. Perfect. Okay.
part horse and part girl. But what do we mean by that? Well, let's break this down so you have a firm grasp of what we're talking about. We can start with some examples.
Firmly grasp it.
Recently, we've seen the rise in
Good ship!
popularity of a piece of media called Umamusume.
Umamusume.
This is a series of
Umamusume.
game wherein real-life racehorse.
Guys, that is the perfect portrait of me. Look at that! That's me! Right there! Oh my god! Wow!
Horses are personified as humanoid anime girls who still race like a racehorse, but they also sing and dance as well. And interestingly enough, this is not the first time in human history where a fictional
Can't believe they doxed me, I know.
piece of media depicting horse girls has become immensely popular with the public.
Wait,
Of
there's
course,
been
I'm
another
talking
one?
about
My Little Pony!
My Little Pony franchise.
I didn't even think of that because I was like, what the frick do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Friendship is Magic, which is a cartoon franchise featuring talking horse girls or horse-like creatures like unicorns that, although initially marketed towards children, has found itself uniquely popular with an adult audience who vary in their degree of suspicious intent. And it should be noted that these individual adults who find themselves particularly interested in My Little Pony are often referred to by others and themselves as bronies.
Bronies!
Now, the enthusiasm for horse girls in such a manner is so widespread that there is even unique vocabulary that has found its way into the lexicon of the everyday man associated with desire of horse girls. And that word is
Horse girl gooning.
which is a verb that refers to pleasuring oneself or otherwise engaging in an indulgent way to media of My Little Pony. And it should be noted that the word clopping comes from the onomatopoeia of a horse's hooves, clopping. And the
Oh, I could tap dance, and one of the things I learned in tap dancing is how to sound like a horse galloping. So I know how to sound like a horse galloping, guys.
The fact that this has found its way into the vernacular of the people really highlights how much this enthusiasm is widespread and is in fact not a
Everybody's like, cool,
niche
Spite.
thing on the internet. And surprisingly, this is not the last example of fictionalized horse girls being popular in modern times. Very recently, there was an online
frick
obsession
is
with
that?
something called the horse race tests, which were a series of race simulations ran on twitter.com featuring these blob-like characters that represented horses. And in line with the premise of this lecture, people online fell absolutely in love and became obsessed
I hope
with
no one's clopping to this. Please.
these blob characters. Now, before we delve deeper, you students must be wondering, Professor Orlando, those examples you went over are very different kinds of horse girls, and you might not be sure what counts as a horse girl and what doesn't. So let's go over a very easy visual scale for reference.
Okay.
So here we have a visual representation of the horse girl scale, which
Okay.
you can reference to determine what kind of horse girl you might be
I am in the way. I'm in the way. There we go.
encountering. So here on the far end, we have a horse that is just a literal horse. an animal.
It's a horse? Really?
Moving on, we have My Little Pony, which is, for all extensive purposes, physically a horse or some sort of horse-like creature, but with human intelligence
way!
or otherwise some intangible human traits. And then moving forward even more, we have something along the lines of a 50-50 split represented by a centaur, which is, of course, most of you would know, half human, half horse. And
I've like never been able to get down with the centaurs. Like I've never been able to shrimp for a centaur. I don't think I've ever shrimped for a centaur. In my monster thumper, because you know I am a monster thumper, but I just can't get down with the centaurs, dude. I can't do it. And I think I've always been scared of centaurs since Harry Potter, and also since Narnia. How many rib cages does a centaur have? 69.
The horse part being the bottom part, and the human part being the top. And then we have horse girls like the Umamusume characters that are pretty much just human, with some
I like
very
Umas,
minor horse-like physical
Umas are good
qualities,
for me.
like the ears and the tail.
Well,
with
adult
most
Umas.
of the horse-like traits being intangible ones, like their origins and their actions, like horse racing. And then on the far end of the opposite side, you have something that is not a horse.
Okay.
This is human. And so what we have here is a scaling representation of horse girls and their various
He's really good at drawing.
degrees of horsiness. And in tandem with this visual horse girl scale, we can overlay a different scale to come to a conclusion about something very important in this classroom.
I would like to choose the Lucagen. Dragon of Eternity, thank you for gifting. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so funny. You just gifted us up to Luca. That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah! Everyone stretch. Everyone stretch. Everyone take your cheeks, hold your cheeks, and then go. Wait, can I do that thing? How do people do the thing with their cheeks where they like, how do they do that thing where they like make it make sound? Anyway, stretch your cheeks. So the left, just a horse, Rainbow Dash, Centauria from Umamusume, and then Agnes Taiken and 1 million. Okay.
So what
Pull
we
them
are
back and
going
forth
to
quickly.
overlay on top of the horse girl visual scale is the
I can't do it.
scale of ascending goon ethicality, where you have here on the far end
Oh
unacceptable
my god, I did it! Wait.
goonage being acceptable from the mainstream public at the very least. And as we move along, the ethicality and acceptance of the goonage taking place increases to the far end over here, which would be acceptable. So as you can see, as we move forward with horses being
Oh my god! That sound was crazy!
largely unacceptable, I believe illegal, actually, as we move forward into the fictional realm and varying degrees of horsage being added to the character, we have increasing acceptance, or at the very least, ethicality of goonage. Most scholars would agree that the previous model is a little outdated for the purpose of analyzing the distribution of horse girl-ness. And in recent times, we've developed a new diagram to help properly describe the distribution.
Okay.
So this is going to be a Venn diagram model of the horse girl distribution. So just like the previous diagram, here on the far end,
Horse girl
we're gonna
distribution.
have horses. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, we're going to
Yes.
have humans. Now,
Okay.
the previous diagram
I'm locked
assumes
in.
a linear distribution when it comes to horse to human ratio. But like I said, the nuance here proves to be a more complex model. So when you have horses here and you think of, at the very least, the physical qualities of something like My Little Pony, the overlap of physical qualities of My Little Pony characters and literal horses is going to be much closer to one another than things on the opposite end of the spectrum, like Umamusume, which is going to be much more similar to a human than it is going to be close to My Little Pony or literal horses.
Right,
And in the middle,
right,
and similar
right.
to the previous diagram, we're going to have a category that much better overlaps
I know what you're thinking.
as many horse girl categories as possible, and we believe that this diagram is the best representation for it. Of course, we are talking about centaurs, which have a little bit of everything. Did I spell that right? No, I did not.
I can't get down with the Centaurs.
A little bit with My Little Pony, overlap a little bit with actual horses, and definitely leans into more human qualities, of course, being Centaur half and half, and sharing a little bit of the traits of something like Umamusume characters. And again, that is going to be Centaurs right there.
Where are you guys on the spectrum of what you like?
Like horse girls.
What's the thing?
Our civilization seems to be drawn to depicting these horses in media like Umamusume, My Little Pony, and the horse race test. Not to mention the...
I'm side-eyeing you so hard. There's no way you're shrimping for a horse. There's no way. I gotta side-eye anyone who is shrimping fully for, like, if it's an entire horse. I'm a side-eyeing, bruh. Right there.
Slew of lesser horse girl media out there. Now the question
right there,
is,
officer.
why? As we've touched on, people largely enjoy horse girls as a form of entertainment, but there are those that enjoy it in a more academic and explicit manner. And some of you new students here in the classroom might be wondering, Professor Lando, there's no way that people enjoy horse girls in such a way. And to answer this and lay the foundation of our lecture here today, I went to the archival department here at the Ligma University to get something. Let me show you this.
Okay.
So
anybody notice that he has a style phone in the background?
These are the search results on a particular archival website for My Little Pony. And as you can see here, there are exactly 257,000
Is it Rule 34?
Results as of the recording of this lecture for My Little Pony, particularly. So it goes without saying that...
Yes, okay.
It goes without saying that My Little Pony, just a small subsection of horse girls, is quite popular. And I think we can come to the conclusion that horse girls in general are viewed in such a light. So the question is, why? Why horse girls specifically?
Okay.
After all, there are plenty of animal-like humanoid characters like cat girls.
But people already like cat girls, though. It's not like they don't like cat girls.
As well as dog girls.
That's me! I'm dog girl. I'm dog girl.
And with these archetypes of characters, yes, people
That's
do
Corone,
find
by the way.
them particularly enticing to varying degrees. But we do not see the same level of enthusiasm we see with horse girls. You know, there is no cat
No, Spite, you're a wolf. No, I'm dog.
Fantasia video game that everyone is playing and posting about on Twitter. There is no dog girl wolves galore cartoon show that people have been watching for the past years and years and years. No, that is reserved for horse girls particularly. So I want to answer the question, why?
It might be the novelty. It might be the novelty of... It might be the novelty of the horse girls. So I feel like there's not many, like, there hasn't been a big emphasis on them.
Is it about horse girls particularly that grips the audiences so? Students, if you're anything like me, you have a lot of academic research to do throughout your day, a lot of hard work, educating the masses, of course, and I often find myself tired, needing a little boost, and something to quench my thirst. Well, today's sponsor is...
Sponsor?
Gamer
Subs!
Featuring a plethora of wonderful flavors like anime girl thighs, as well as...
I love Gamer Subs!
Stone Ocean. Gamer Subs is a keto-friendly and sugar-free drink mix to help give you a little boost throughout your day, whet your palate, and most importantly, give you some anime girls to look at.
You think he got the Spite Waifu Cup? Did you get it, Professor Lando? Did you get the Spite Waifu Cup? Did you? Did you?
So good. You can use the code LANDO or click the link down below for 10% off your purchase of any of GamerSubs' products. Thank you to GamerSubs for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to our lecture. I do think that the answer is clear to why we are so attracted.
You can use his code and also use code CerberPup. CerberPup! To get stuff as well. Both is good.
Girls. And that is because horses are useful. Throughout history, we have used horses in a multitude of ways to enhance our lives.
They try to say doggo's not useful? What are you trying to say?
I believe that this has been ingrained in our DNA, into our genes, as we have evolved beside one another. More than pets or simple companions, horses have become associated with our survival. And this is what has compelled us, even in modern times, to be so obsessed with horse girls. And so we can extrapolate this data to...
I like the word extrapolate. I want him to do a thingy on snake girls because my wife is a snake. Vexuria the sun eater. Spexuria. Lamias, yeah.
To a conclusion about why horse girls are more popular than other animal pseudo-humanoid characters like cat girls and dog girls. And of course,
she has a debut coming, by the way, guys.
A diagram for this. Okay, so here we have a diagram of the amount of desire that people have for the anthro character.
I'm gonna throw up! What do you mean? What do you mean dog girls are that wrong? I'm gonna throw up! I'm gonna cry! It's so hard! What is it so hard? Why are they doing to me? This is a what the freak is this? What do you mean? You're saying we're this slow in the spec. This is I think yes, I'm gonna freaking die. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. What? But I'm floofy. I'm floofy and cuttable. I'm floofy and I'm cuttable. What do you mean? Is it fine? No, it's not fine. It is not fine.
The respective animals being cat girls, dog girls, cow girls, and of course, horse girls. And over here we have usefulness, as in at the bottom being not particularly useful as an animal, and here at the top being extremely
interesting that you guys like cow kitties.
So let's start here at the bottom. I think it's a common understanding that dogs are historically more useful than cats. They have served as service animals as well as hunted alongside humans for hundreds of years. And the conclusion we can draw is that dog girls are markedly more desirable than cat girls, although the margin is close. We can look at popular media to come to this conclusion. There are a plethora of dog-like characters. Like
guys, no, it's both. I think it's both. I think it's both usefulness and desire. So that's usefulness this way, desire this way.
Zone Zero, Blythe from Elden Ring, the wolf from Bad Guys. There are plenty of examples of canine-like characters that are consistently popular
Thank you,
in modern
Ash.
media. So moving on, we have cows and cowgirls. I think it goes without saying that cows are immensely more useful than dogs and of course cats. We eat them as food product, eating their steak, their meat, and drinking their sweet, delicious milk. And we've also used them as beasts of burden. They've pulled our wagons and farming equipment for generations. And due to this immense usefulness, we see very often the marks, the traits of cows and cowgirls being very popular and enticing in modern media. Of course,
udders, milkers. Oh, I know this is a joke. I know this is not serious. Milkers.
I'm talking about the infamous cowkini. The visage of a cowgirl has been almost associated with lustfulness.
Show up to my cowkini debut tomorrow, guys.
And a sense of almost primal desire. And not only that, the association of desire and lust and cowgirls goes so hand in hand that we've created a euphemism for an explicit act called milking. Milking, or the
I'm not
act of
joking.
being milked, as a euphemism, is an incredibly popular joke and practice in modern times as well. And so you might be thinking, Professor Lando, it seems cows are incredibly useful and that desire for cows is extremely high. What makes horses even more desirable and even more useful than cows? And while that might seem true at first glance, people often overlook one key trait about horse girls that sets them apart from the rest.
Okay.
And that trait is that horse girls have big, huge hearts. They are very loving creatures, horses.
How does that make them any different from cowgirls though? Because cowgirls, I would argue that cowgirls have bigger hearts.
Served as loyal companions for all of human history, and they have such
Just saying.
big hearts.
Just saying.
And of course, thank you to our Patreon supporters and to these students here in detention for supporting me and my studies here at Ligma University. If you want to learn more, be sure to check out some more of my lectures and videos. Thank you very much.